UK BronyScot logos there. I didn't have time to change it.
Yes.
That's why I asked if anyone else was at UK BronyCon, because it's going to be pretty much the same panel as it was there. Before we start, is everyone okay if I take a video?
Yes.
Yes? Alright, great. To break the ice, what I did at UK BronyCon was, everyone watches the videos that I do on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm just assuming that. Hashtag humility. The end slogan that I have at the end of every video, does everyone know what that is?
Stay creative.
What I would love for you guys to do for my video blog is that if at the end, when I say I'm Mad Munchkin, you all shout stay creative. So to break the ice, can we practice that? Is that okay? So I'll be holding the tablet, just imagine.
No.
I'm just doing it without the mic at the moment. So, okay, so 3, 2, 1, I'm Mad Munchkin.
Stay creative.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, that broke the ice. Right, I'm going to try and do this as quickly as possible.
I'm not that short.
Okay, so... I might slip into the weird Stu voice now and then. And I'm making no apologies. Yeah, I will do. Okay, so thanks everybody for coming. Can everyone hear me okay before we start? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you everybody for coming to my panel. I'm reading stuff off of paper because my tablet won't show me my script, so good thing I'm prepared. So thank you so much for coming to my panel. I will be talking about reviews, as you can see. Reviewing. Yay, good start. The con is now ruined for you all because you decided to come to my panel. I'm kidding, of course, yeah. So for those of you that don't know, but I'm assuming everyone knows on YouTube, so I'll just read this out. I am Amy Methvin, otherwise known as Mad Munchkin on YouTube or DeviantArt. I'm a self-employed concept artist and illustrator, and you can, well, that's from UK BronyCon. I was going to say, also you can tell from my accent, I am from Scotland. Well, yeah. I haven't had time to change it from the UK BronyCon one, which was in Leeds. So anyway, as most of you know, I also make reviews on YouTube. It's not just MLP stuff, it's anything animated, really. So like animated movies or cartoons, or sometimes I'll just make videos that discuss various issues within the art industry. For example, you know, is digital art better than traditional, or you know, same as in animation, is 3D better than 2D, blah blah blah, and just kind of geek out about animation because I love it. So yeah, and so we'll move on to the next one.
So what's a review?
Yeah, so basically a review is when someone gives an opinionated description on something that someone else has created. So that could be food or music, piece of literature if anyone writes stuff, or in this case, media or show or movie. And next one. Yeah, so that's basically what I've just said, just to summarize what it is, but it gives a summary. Basically, you're telling someone else if watching something is worthy of their time. So being a reviewer means you have to watch the bad stuff as well as the good stuff. So that's the bad side of things. So but you always have to try and remain professional as well, and not always go after the easy targets. For instance, don't always go after movies like Food Fight. Or like, you know, some reviewers deliberately go after something that's bad just for the sake of making a joke. And so yeah, reviews should be entertaining, but they should also be informative. You know, because you're reviewing it. You're not just like making fun of something or showing a clip from something and reacting to it, you know. I mean, that's good from an entertaining standpoint, but you know, you have to be an actual review and an analyst even. That's the right word. I'm doing good, aren't I? So yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you, yay. And so next one, please. Yeah. I've lost my place. Of course I did. I always lose my place. So for me, reviews, they need to have a structure. They're, as I said, they're not just comedy sketches. It needs to be covers the good and the bad and describe what you think can be done to make it better. And So needs to be specific about the genre and its purpose, and it also needs to know and respect its audience, so that's you guys. So in other words, with my reviews, it's like, you know, I know that there's children that watch the reviews, and there's also people my age as well. I'm 30, by the way. Just, well, I turned 30 on Wednesday.
Yay!
Yay! So yeah, you have to kind of accommodate everyone. So it has to be family friendly, but also like not talking down to people our age either, but also not making it too complicated for like young people to understand. So yeah, so you don't sound obnoxious or, you know, use too many big words. Next slide, please. For me, I'm just making sure I'm on the right slide. Yes, okay. It's pretty much what I've already said. The reviews need to be informative, descriptive, as well as analytical and fair on whether or not you would recommend someone else to watch it, but also it has to be entertaining. So you might have characters on the screen that might interact with each other. For instance, my OC is Mad Munchkin. As you can see, that's her pony form. Mad Munchkin is not actually a pony. Contrary to popular belief, she is actually a Dooney, which is a Scottish fairy that can transform from a small humanoid creature into a horse. That is from Scottish mythology. So that's why she sometimes appears as a humanoid as well as a pony. It also allows me to review other things apart from MLP, so that's very handy. The best way to know if your review is going to be entertaining or not is looking at how you interact with your viewer as well, not just the characters. I'm trying to go through this as quickly as possible because I've only got 30 minutes, but I want to make sure that you guys get enough time to ask me questions at the end. Okay, so next one please. Yeah. All reviews have specific things they look at. Some look at performance more than they would editing, while other reviewers look more at the special effects and the music. So I tend to look at more the art style, or sometimes if it's a long-running show like MLP, I tend to look more at the characters themselves, how they've changed from the beginning, or like how they've affected the main storyline of the show. So that's why I've got a video about Best Pony, Pinkie Pie, and everyone's like, that's a weird way of saying Twilight. Yeah. Okay, so next slide please.
I'll end you.
Sorry, using cataracts. Yeah, that's just what I've covered now. Yeah, just leave it. It's, go back. I'm trying to do this quick. Last time I did it, it was like, yeah, I had an hour last time. Is this one? It's okay. Yes. Yes, it is more common for most reviewers, especially those who review MLP, to look more at story, pacing, character arcs, and morals of the episodes, since each one follows a similar formula. So all of the MLP analysts, like most of you might know Anthony C. or Silver Quill, Dr. Wolf, Keyframe, Lightning Bliss. Yes?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so all of us have different styles. Like Dr. Wolf is kind of more serious and neutral, kind of very straightforward, whereas like Silver Quill is a bit, you know, he has his comedy sketches and his are animated, just like Lightning Bliss's ones are animated as well. They tend to go down the way of being more entertaining than, you know, it's like 60% entertaining and 40% analysis, so it's a good balance there. You just kind of find whatever reviewer suits you. So now for the fun part, next one. This is that one. Yes. This is the one that most people ask me questions about, how to actually make the review, like what programs do you use? And the most common one is, I tend to use programs like Photoshop and Sony Vegas, and yes, they are not free. You do have to pay a lot for certain programs, but I always recommend to everyone to use what you've got. So if you can't get programs like that for budget reasons, and you have to use Movie Maker or something equivalent of, use that. Use what you've got, because as limiting as these programs can be, that's how most of us started out to learn how to edit, is use the simple programs first, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do any of you guys watch Mysterious Mr. Enter?
Yeah.
Yeah, some of you guys do. As far as I know, he still uses Windows Movie Maker for his stuff. and he's got over 200,000 subscribers. So it just goes to show it's not the program that makes the review, it's the person behind it. So yeah, the software is not, I'll tell you in the next one. So, yeah. So everyone knows what the first logo at the top is, right? Photoshop, say yes? Yes? That's the program that I use to make all of my digital art. So I also use that to make all of the characters that appear in the video, might it be Mad Munchkin herself, Mary Sue, or anyone else that appears in the video. They're all drawn on Photoshop and made into PNGs, which means that the background is transparent. So that's how you can animate them and things like that. The one next to that is Vegas Pro, Sony Vegas Pro. That's what I use to edit the actual video. Sorry, stand close to the mic. I'm doing okay, right?
Yeah.
Affirmation, yay! Again, that's not a free program, but like I've already said, you can use similar programs that do the exact same job, so you just use what you're comfortable with. The one next to that is any video converter, so AVC I believe it is, that basically does exactly what it says on the tin. It converts your videos into an editing format. So depending on if you're working on Mac or Windows, certain file formats will not edit until you convert them or compress them. Sorry, didn't mean to smack the mic. Yeah, I did that just to entertain you guys, you know, just like smack the mic. And the one on the bottom left is, does anyone know what that is? Thank you. The best thing about Audacity is it's the program you use to record your audio. The best thing about it is it's free. So that's the best thing about that. Yay! Cheer for Audacity. It makes the job a lot easier. Bandicam is the program that I use and other reviewers use as well to capture the actual footage from the show or movie that you want to review. And you can get that for free as well, but the free version has a bit of a watermark on it. That's the only downside of it, but that's easily cropped out in editing. And then the one on the bottom right, does anyone know what that is? It's I've lost my train of thought there, sorry. It does get distorted sometimes, so you have to be very careful on whether you use that or not. I tend to use it for the longer videos.
There's people that just walked in the door. Hi. You're very late. Maybe Sue judges you.
No, not really. Okay, the next slide please. Hardware, fun. Yeah, again, just like I said earlier, use what you've got. Okay, you do not have to fork out hundreds and hundreds of pounds for like, all the equipment you need, like a microphone or like a huge custom PC or something. You can do this kind of reviews for a very decent amount of money. If you have a laptop, you can record it on laptop. You know, laptops you can get them for reasonably cheap nowadays. Microphones. The microphone that I use is a Samsung Go mic, and that was only £35. That's a studio USB mic. That's what I still use on my videos now. And it still does the job, you just need like a popping filter, which is what that big round thing is. People are like, what is that thing? The big round thing. Basically it just means that your P's and your T's don't sound as sharp. It just makes it sound a little bit better. So once you are committed to making your reviews and you're getting a bit of an audience, then you can start thinking about investing money. So I do not recommend spending loads of money on stuff until you know you are fully committed to what you're doing. Okay, can we next slide please? The most important thing about anything that you do, regardless of what it is, whether it's reviewing or making artwork or anything at all, is have fun. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, if you're doing it for the wrong reason, if you're just doing it just to be popular, for instance, or just doing it for money, whatever, you're not going to have fun, you're going to get stressed out, or you're just doing it to be competitive with other people, you know. You have to do it because you have fun doing it, you get to unleash everything that you're passionate about. That's one of the reasons why I started it, was because 3 years ago, 3 of my best friends moved away at the exact same time, and these were 3 people that I geeked out with. And you know, we all knew each other really well, and you know, once they left I felt like I had no outlet to geek out about, so YouTube was my platform. So So that was why I actually started YouTube in the first place. Yeah, so that's the most important thing. Now, what's the time? What time are we at?
It's got, that's fine, 15 minutes.
Awesome. Final time. Next slide, please. Now it's time for Q&A. Okay. What we're going to do is, I believe someone has a mic, so if anyone has any questions, and if there's anything I haven't covered, because I've tried to do this as quickly as possible, please ask, and I'll try my best to answer them for you. Because this panel is usually an hour long, so I try to do it as quickly as possible.
Hi there.
Hello.
Yeah, every YouTube
Yeah.
reviewer's worst nightmare is a fair review scroll. So I'm wondering, how do you deal with that exactly, or have you had to leave?
That is something that is the bane of reviewers' existence, sadly. It's something you have to deal with on a daily basis. Usually with the visuals, you can get more away with it if you drop it a certain way and flip the clip. With audio, you can't get away with that because that's easier for, it's easier to detect. So if you do use footage from a show, don't include the audio. That's the best suggestion I can make. But sadly, there is no surefire way to avoid getting a copyright strike. Yes, unfortunately. Yeah.
Wait, just...
Sorry. I wish I could just say, yeah, just get an alicorn to do it, you know. Fix everything. Yeah.
Hi, Danny. Recently noticed that you mentioned that you moved into a studio. I was wondering if you could tell us a little more about that process.
Well, actually, I'm not moved in yet. I move in after New Year. Yeah, for those that don't know, I'm getting my own studio office in up north where I live. I move in January, and it's specifically an old office floor that's been taken over by art students, and they let artists like myself, freelancers and filmmakers, photographers rent out the studios. So it's fantastic. I'd be able to tell you more once I moved in, after New Year. I will post it online. I'll probably make a video blog about it as well. So yeah, it's exciting. Next question?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, do you have many nightmare stories about like any particular ones where you're kind of making a review and you're just having so much endless trouble?
Yeah, sometimes some videos can take maybe a few days if it's there and you're like, yeah, get it done, you know, out there, fine, everything's working fine. Other times some videos can take a year to get done, and I'm not actually exaggerating. Especially if you're collaborating with one other YouTuber who lives on the other side of the planet, for instance. Yeah, so like done a collab with I Love Impossible a lot. I did a video with her which took over a year because we're like, you know, other side of the world, and we had a lot of technical issues and issues with time differences, of course, as well. We always got confused with that. Something always goes wrong. You just need to keep a level head, you know, and not get too stressed out about it, because there's always a way to fix things. Sometimes you just need to walk away from a project and just go back to it later. Yeah, you just have to sometimes just go with the flow. If a project's not working, abandon it and return to it later. If it's not meant to be, then that's okay. You know, not everything's going to work out. That's just how it works.
Thank you very much.
Next question? Ask me stuff. Yes, I'm a natural blue. Yay!
I don't know if this has been covered before, but how did the concept of Mary Sue come up at all?
Yes, well, maybe the bane of my existence, but also the reason why I kind of got popular. A lot of this is not related. Yeah, how Mary Sue came about. I was making a video about allochronoses, and when I was designing or having people design their OCs based on MLP, I got a lot of allochronoses. Now there's nothing wrong with having an allochronoc, but so often most of the allochronoses I got, their character was so perfect and overpowered, they weren't very interesting. You know, just trying to be as nice as possible. a character that has flaws is always more relatable than a character that is perfect. So Mary Sue, my Mary Sue is actually a parody of the character trope Mary Sue, which is actually from the Star Trek fandom. I can't remember the name of the character, but she was basically the model perfect character. Like, you know, she would die for everybody, you know, she could always relate to all the higher ups perfectly, you know, anything could be fixed really easily, you know, nothing stressed her out. So Mary Sue is basically a parody of those kind of characters. So like say, for instance, like you could say that Superman is the male equivalent of Gary Stu, although many people argue that. But basically, the Mary Sue serves as a character for Mad Munchkin to bounce off of, because Mad Munchkin is, she's basically a full-time pessimist. She is sarcastic, she's cynical, but she's also very analytical, so she needs somebody to bounce off just to make, you know, the videos more entertaining. So although Mary Sue was meant to be just a one-off character in that video, Why I Hate Alicorn Seas, that video was so popular I brought her back and now I can't get rid of her. So, yeah, you know, I've got, just to give you a sneak peek into one of my future videos, I can't remember which one, but I believe it's a collab. I'm not going to say who it's with, but she basically asks, why is she here again? And I say, oh, I've tried wasting the kid, but she's like a roach, she keeps coming back. And for those of you who know, that is actually a line that James Woods says in the Disney series of Hercules. So, yeah, I kind of borrow a lot from James Woods.
Of course.
Of course. Because he is his best Disney villain. Yeah. Sorry, I keep losing. There we go. Does anyone have any more questions at all? Please ask more questions because we've got time. It can be about anything. It doesn't have to be just about the videos, it can be about anything.
What was your favourite review to do? Like the one you always wanted to do?
My favourite review ever was, I've already mentioned it, I reviewed the Disney film Hercules, which is my favourite Disney film, if not my favourite animated film ever, even though it has its problems. For me, it's more of a sentimental thing because the production designer behind it was the caricaturist Gel Scarfe, or Gel Scarf, however you want to pronounce it. Obviously, the voice acting in that film, you know, you've got James Wood, Tate Donovan, Sarah Egan, who also does the voice of Rose Quartz in Steven Universe, which I did not realise until quite recently. So, yes. That was probably my favourite review I've done so far. My favourite analyst that I've worked with so far is Silver Quill, for obvious reasons.
Because he's a glorified pigeon.
But also he's an amazing writer and he's really funny and easy to work with and just doesn't stress you out, doesn't like breathe down your neck, you know, he's just like, yeah, just go with the flow, if it doesn't work it's fine, we'll do something else. So he's brilliant, so yeah. I hope that answers the questions anymore. Yep.
What are your idols and inspirations, if you have any?
Gosh, I have a lot. That's terrible. My favourite voice actor, I've already said, is James Woods. He's fascinating to me. If you guys haven't watched a lot of stuff that he's in, I highly recommend watching The Hard Way or Salvador or anything that he's done voice work in. He's absolutely fantastic. Please check him out. He's very underrated. My favourite artist ever is Salvador Dali. Everyone knows who Salvador Dali is, right? Yeah. I don't want to call him the melting clocks guy. Usually when you say that, people are like, oh, I know who that is. Yeah, but one of his paintings is in the Calvin Grove. So it's the Christ of St. John of the Cross. Has anyone seen that? Yes? Yay, a few people. That is my favourite painting in the whole world. So if you haven't seen it, please go and see it. It's amazing. My favourite YouTubers, gosh, is probably Silver Quill, if I'm honest. Yeah. There's so many other people that I want to say, but yeah, so many idols and like heroes and stuff. Any more questions? Yay! Lots of questions. Yes.
Hi. I wanted to ask, what do you think
was probably, what was your favorite animated movie this year, 2016?
Remind me of what's been out this year.
Not much, but
I'm a little bit behind with the new releases, if I'm honest, because I've been so busy with work. Tell you what, can you guys recommend any new releases to me?
Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh, someone's already recommended that to me. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, awesome.
Finding Dory.
Sorry?
No.
I hate Mondays.
Asterix and Obelix.
Which one?
I think there's a new one. I don't know what it's called.
Is there a new animated one that was released recently?
Yeah, I think it was CGI. Yeah.
Give me Asterix in Britain or the 12 Tasks of Asterix. They're the best two.
Legend of Earthry.
God damn it.
Okay.
I got this.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that. Alright. Right. Yes, I am reviewing that eventually when I get to it. I'm a bit behind with stuff. Yes, with sorting out the office and things. I'm a little bit behind with the reviews at the moment, but yeah. We will catch up. Any more questions? We've got time for questions. We've got 5 minutes, so we've got time.
Okay.
Hello again. What review has received the most hate because you dared have an opinion that people didn't agree with? Or
Can you say that again?
sorry, has there been a review that received a lot of hate because you dared have an opinion that people didn't agree with?
I reviewed the Minions movie, and I blatantly said I can't stand them because they're so annoying. I didn't go into it in the actual video, but it was mainly because they're the mascot of the Despicable Me franchise, and they've kind of just taken it over. If you ask anyone that I ask who is a fan of Despicable Me cannot remember the names of the 3 girls in the first movie. So it's Margot, Agnes, and Edith. Yeah, I just find them so annoying and just unwatchable. Unfortunately, because I'm a reviewer, I have to watch the stuff that I don't like as well. So that one was not a popular opinion. She's been, yeah.
Thank you.
I've had it for a while.
Yeah. What would you say is the worst film or TV series that you've had to review, in your opinion?
Can I say Minions right now? Alright. That's a really difficult question because I tend, apart from the reaction theatre series that I do, where I review new releases or things I've never seen before, I tend to only review things that I consider of quality. So even if I don't personally like them myself, if they've got some kind of element to them that I consider them worthy of someone else, because someone else might like it, then I try to avoid the things that are deliberately bad. So, like Food to Fight, which people keep asking me to review. It's not going to happen. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Doug Walker's already done it. Done. Done.
Hiya.
Hello.
Is there anyone that you haven't collaborated with